You are probably a person. Let me know if you're this person in the chat. I would like to know in the comments. Let me know. Are you a person who says things like, I trust my gut? I trust my gut. When I make decisions, I trust my gut. My gut tells me if I, right or whatever. It's not the wrong thing. So you can say this in the comments because you're probably scared that if I tell you to write that in the comments, that you are I'm going to slam you and tell that it's like a trick question, but it's really not. Trusting your gut is perfectly fine unless you're running a business. Then you need to at least shore up your gut with some numbers. Okay. And you need to start understanding that there are decisions that are made in other ways. Now, sometimes when I like to push this for myself, a little bit to test it out, because I think I would have always described myself that way, and I would absolutely describe a lot of the ways that I deal with people in my normal life by trusting my gut and trusting my instincts. But ultimately, the logical side of the argument that's won by numbers, it beats your gut a lot of the time, if not all. I don't know if I want to go with a full all or never statement, but pretty close.
Pretty close.
Pretty close. So you can trust your gut, but your gut should be following the numbers. How's that? But yeah, some of those tests that we like to do are when we're like, we've done it. I'm trying to think of a specific example, Paul, where like you and I have talked about something and use logic when your gut tells you otherwise, and it just works. I'm even thinking funnels and things where you're like, but I feel like this marketing strategy is really going to work. But the number in this one particular funnel will keep saying, but this is the winner. And you're like, but I don't even like that. Ads. Facebook ads. That happens all the time with Facebook ads. You may have an ad, or you may have a post or a video or something that you post online that you think is really great, and you think a lot of people are really going to love it. And you put that post out there and it gets absolutely no traction. It gets no responses. It gets very little engagement. And you're like, but I love that post.
I loved it.
I love that ad. It's such a nice looking ad, or it's a really nice looking website. And at the end of the day, you're like, but does it convert? Does it convert? And you're like, shit, no, it doesn't. So you go and change it to something that maybe isn't quite as pretty, or you don't like that much, but then it converts higher. Well, which one do you go with? Do you go with the one that you love, the one that you're kind of emotionally attached to, or you go to the one logically that has the better numbers? We can't just go with how we feel or what our gut instinct says is going to be right. We have to look at the numbers and go with the one that looks like that. So ads, Facebook ads, content, that's one of those things where your gut often will lead you down the wrong path, and you need to look at the numbers instead. So this is sort of the mindset of thinking of your business like a Fortune 500 company. Looking at the numbers, thinking logically through them, coming up with logical reasons for what you're doing, and then ultimately understanding how they make decisions in marketing and how they make decisions in operating their company and why. And some of those numbers, like lifetime value, that's not one that you'll hear all the time. When we talk about, some of the other, like the 5 key metrics or whatnot, we don't talk about lifetime value in that conversation, but we do talk about it enough because it just needs to be something that is that you're aware of, so that you can use that to make some good decisions for your business.
100%.